I just did some talking about what I did yesterday that I added on to the end of the last vlog so that there wasn't a massive like gap. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. So there wasn't like a massive gap because I do my vlogs like Friday to Saturday, and we went out on Friday and then it's Saturday now, and I wanted to talk about what we did yesterday, so I'm shoved that on the end of that video. But now, for the beginning of this week's video, I just thought I would catch up with Pixel. I think I would have mentioned, I can't remember if I did record it or not, but we took him back to the vet for his checkup, knowing that he wasn't better yet. And he's back on his antibiotics and an anti-inflammatory, I think it is. It's the same as the first 7 days. We've got to do that for another 7 days. And yeah, he's having a lot of trouble with it. He just doesn't. We've been holding him and then syringing in because he wouldn't eat stuff that had it in. But we've decided to try making him eat stuff again. So I went out just now and got 2 little tubs of baby food, so I'm going to try that. Because last night, I think it's part of why I'm so tired, is like it seems like not that long of a day going to the tattoo convention, but when you add on in the morning and then in the evening trying to get medicine into Pixel, it like added more stress and more time to the day overall. But yeah, last night I mashed some of the medicine into some banana, and it just took him ages. He just wouldn't eat all of the banana. I think he did in the end. He ate all of it, but he's just got such a small appetite. We really need to get him bulked up and eating. But yeah, so he got most of that in, and then this morning I mixed it with a little bit of peanut butter, and there's left a little bit of that. He just wouldn't, like he just stopped having any interest in it. So I went out and I bought some baby food. So hopefully it'll be easy to mix in, so I can make just a really tiny amount, so that hopefully he will eat all of it rather than like leaving a tiny little bit and you're not knowing whether he got all the medicine or not, because obviously it's mixed in. But yeah. And yeah, because he only needs such a small amount of medicine, but then by the time you've tried to slice a piece of banana and mix it together, it's quite a lot of food for him. He's so small. So yeah, I'm going to try baby food. Just take like a tiny little bit, just enough to mix it with the medicine, and hopefully he'll eat all of that. And I also bought a butternut squash, because I read somewhere that they're quite good for bulking up rats. Like you shouldn't give them it all of the time because they could get overweight. But if you need to bulk up a rat, then it's quite good for that, apparently. And he didn't grow at all last week, I guess because he's ill, and he's at an age where he should be getting bigger all of the time. So I bought a butternut squash. I'm going to cook that up and get him eating a lot more stuff, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, again, he's doing alright within himself. He seems fine, which I know they do, even if they're ill. But like, he's still eating and drinking and sleeping and playing and all that stuff, so he's doing alright. But yeah, we've got to get that medicine in him, and we've got to get him all fed up. Which sounds bad. Fed up, like sad. No, that's not what I mean. But yeah, anyway. I'm going to go and have something to eat because I'm tired and I'm dehydrated. But I'm feeling motivated, and I'm going to go and have a look through the photos that I took yesterday. So cozy. Look at these faces. You're gorgeous. I don't know how much I've properly explained stuff on the vlogs because they've been a bit all over the place the past couple of weeks, but I'm really stressed about Pixel. He is the youngest of the 3 rats. We got him when he was 5.5 weeks old, and then I think we'd had them for 5 weeks when we first took him to the vet, and she gave him some antibiotics and an anti-inflammatory, I think they were, to help sort out. She said that the infection sounded like it was in his throat rather than his lungs, and yeah, so she put him on medication for that. And then we went back to the vet a week later, and he had to have another course of the same medicine, and we're in that second course now, and then this week we're taking him back to the vet again for a checkup or for more medicine or for him to be better or whatever. it's really difficult to get the medicine into him. And every time you think you've got it, he's really, really smart, because rats are really, really smart, and he figures it out, and then he'll stop participating in that. And it's incredibly stressful because generally he's ill and you want him to get better, and you know that you have to give him the medicine to make him get better. And so him not getting all of the medicine, we think, is obviously stressful in itself, but also because he's so young, he should be growing quite quickly at the moment, and he isn't. And yeah, like, he doesn't have the age aspect, like he doesn't have fat reserves to keep him going while he's feeling ill, or like he's not, like, he should be growing but he isn't. So he isn't, like, when we took him to the vet the second time, she said he hadn't lost any weight, but he also hadn't gained any, which is a worry because he should have. And he's just, because the other two keep getting bigger because they're healthy, and it's just getting more and more obvious how small he is. And the other two are like 2.5 weeks older than him, but the gap is much bigger now than it should be as far as the size, and it makes me sad seeing how small he is. I don't handle things very well. He seems fine in himself. I know that they are, like, prey animals are good at hiding stuff, but he isn't lethargic, and he hasn't lost his appetite, and he's drinking and stuff. Like, he's doing okay within himself. Like, I know he probably does feel grotty, or whatever a rat would feel from having that squeak to his breathing, but like, he's doing okay. Like, I don't think there's any immediate concern for horribleness. Oh, I don't know, I'm very stressed. But we thought that we'd got him eating the medicine. The first week we ended up syringing it into his mouth because we couldn't get it hidden in anything properly, and we thought, like, it's better to just do it, so at least you know some of it's going in. But then towards the end of that week, he learned to just not swallow it and then, like, spit it out. Like, he'd walk around rubbing his mouth on the ground or on Will's shoulder. Like, Will would hold him and I'd, like, just drip the medicine into the side of his mouth, which is scary because you don't want to choke him. Oh, I'm very upset about it all. But yeah, so we were syringing it into his mouth because we hadn't managed to hide it in anything. And then he'd got wise to that and he was just spitting it back out again. But he must have been getting some of it because it was going in his mouth, and then, like, it was getting on his chin and he was cleaning himself, so I guess some of it was going in, but he probably wasn't getting the whole dose. And then when we went back, he was still squeaky, so she gave him a second week of the same course of medication. And at the beginning of the week we tried baby food, which worked for a little while, and it got to the point where it was like, yeah, this is working, and then he wouldn't touch it anymore. And you'd give him some baby food that was just out of the jar and he'd eat it. You'd give him some baby food that had medicine in and he just knew it was there, however big an amount you made. So I tried to cover the taste of the medicine, but he can smell it, he knows it's in there. And all the advice for stuff seems to be like, you get something that they already really love and hide the medicine in that. But we haven't had him long enough, he doesn't already really, really love something. So it's really, really difficult. Like, he really, really loves peas. He loves frozen peas. And he loves peeling them off and eating the middle and then leaving the skins for later. You can't really hide liquid medicine inside a pea that isn't all going to get eaten anyway. And he's just too smart. He knows that there's medicine in there and he won't eat it. And we've gone back to syringing it now because we just couldn't get him to eat it. So now we're syringing it back into his mouth, and he's probably going to need another course of antibiotics because we've only got a couple more days left of this run of them and he's still squeaking. I don't think it's as bad, but it's not gone, so he's going to need more, I think. So the only plan we've got now is today we're going to buy some more baby food and some, I think, avocado we read, like, because you can mash that really smooth. And then we're going to spend the next few days getting him trying these new foods and see what he likes without putting any medicine in them, so that then if the vet says we have to give him more antibiotics, hopefully we'll have a few things that we can hide stuff in before he gets wise to it, maybe. I don't know, I'm very stressed about it. I'm in a weird place at the minute. I'm just very, very upset about Pixel. I'm very stressed about that. And I feel like my work isn't going anywhere at the minute. And I don't really know what to do about that. I feel like I'm still drawing quite often, and they're not bad drawings. I'm quite pleased with the drawings, but also I feel like they're not anything that I can use or do with. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but it just, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm drawing, but I don't feel like I'm very creative at the minute. Maybe? I don't know. I'm just feeling a bit rubbish in general, I suppose. Ugh. I want all my stuff to be more substantial. I just want it to have more to it. More. I just want it to be more. So, yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to talk out some stuff. Sometimes I will make things, but you can do something every day and not get better at it because you're not actually trying to improve. I think you have to try to improve at something. You can't just do the same thing over and over again. You won't just naturally get better at it. You have to be trying to get better. I just want to be more honest. Where I share myself already, I want to share more of myself and to be more honest and more open. And I don't mean just like more of the negative stuff or more of the stuff I'm having trouble with, but just in general. I want it to be a bit better. So yeah, I just thought I would sit down and say some things. I think I got really rambly. I knew that I was going to sit down and talk about Pixel, and then I started talking about work and wanting to use gouache, and I think I just have stopped making any sense. So I did some scrapbook type stuff, and then I did this little drawing, which I'm quite pleased with actually. And now Will's on his way home and I'm gonna go food shopping, which I'm sure will be a fun time. I made myself this purse years and years ago, and it used to look like Pop-Tart, but now it just looks gross. So I've made myself a new purse. It's also because I wanted to make some stuff like this for my shop, so I thought I would start making them myself to test them. So I've put my cards in here. My new purse. I'm quite pleased with it. It's a bit shabby, but that's how I like stuff. Does the job. My hair is wet, so it might look a bit weird. Although my hair always looks bad anyway, so I don't know why I feel the need to explain that. I am ready for everything to just be nice, please. That would be good. I'm so tired and I feel really defeated and anxious and like, I feel like my insides are buzzing. I'm just not having a good time. But it's because, okay, yesterday we went to the vet for another checkup with Pixel. Listened to his chest and she said that he still sounded wheezy. And she said that because we've done 2 weeks of just the Baytril antibiotic, that we could try doing Baytril and Doxy something antibiotic together, because some rats, apparently that is a good mix for them. We also said that we were having trouble getting the anti-inflammatory into him. He really, really hated it, and she said that was weird because a lot of animals really like the taste. And we were like, yeah, that's what the other vet said, but he just won't eat it. You can't even hide it in food. He hates it. So she said that he probably doesn't need that. You can do without that this week because it doesn't stop the infection or whatever it is that's in him. It's just an anti-inflammatory, and he's probably like, he's not, I don't know, she obviously thought he wasn't so bad that he needed it or something, I don't know, but he doesn't, so we're not having to give him that. We've got 2 antibiotics to give him twice a day. The Baytril that we've already been giving him, we can hide currently in a cheesy broccoli baby food, and he will just eat that instantly. It's gone, which is nice, but I don't know if that will last. I don't know if he'll cotton on to the fact that it's got medicine in it, or if he'll get bored of the baby food or something, but at the moment he is eating that. We've not got a full dose of the Doxy into him yet. I don't know if it's because it's a pill that she smashed up and mixed with water to make like a, I can't remember what it's called, but like yeah, it's that. I don't know if there's a slight texture to it that he knows, or if he can smell it, but he's currently not taking any food that has that in it. And I'm tempted to try putting it in the cheesy broccoli to see whether, because that smells a lot more than the other baby foods we have, but I don't want to put him off the cheesy broccoli baby food and then we can't get the other antibiotic into him either. Because the past 2 weeks, we've not got a full course of antibiotics into him yet because he was being so picky about it, and we had to try lots of different things and it wasn't quite working. Now that we've found something that does work, maybe he just needs 7 days of the Baytril. He hasn't actually had a proper 7-day course of that yet. So maybe that's it. So I don't want to risk that not working anymore for the sake of getting a little bit of the Doxy into him. So I don't know, we're just going to keep trying, obviously, just mix it in with different things. Will's going to buy a few more different things on his way home to see if we can find something that will hide it. But that is stressful. I just feel really defeated. I just really want to help him, and he's so resistant to us helping him because obviously he doesn't know. He's just being a rat. He's like, oh, this food smells a bit funny, I'm not going to eat it, because he's smart. But that is really upsetting. I just want him to be better. And also she said that you can't just keep him on antibiotics forever, obviously. And if this week it doesn't work, we're probably really just going to have to stop medicating him and see what happens for a little while. Like, he might stay as he is, or he might get worse. We don't know. She mentioned getting a nebulizer as a possibility, and she said that it's expensive, but I didn't ask how much. But we would probably just get one anyway and just not have any other money. I don't know, like, we can't afford one, but also I don't care. Like, I just want to help him. But you don't know that it would help. I've heard that some nebulizers can be quite loud, so it might just stress him out more than it would help him, and then there's no point. But yeah, I'm so worried about him, and I'm not sleeping properly, and I'm tired, and my dermatitis keeps flaring up because I'm not getting any proper rest. And that is in it. Even if that was all that was wrong, it's sore and it's itchy. I mean, it's not sore so much, but it's horrible. I just feel horrible, and I'm tired, and I just want him to be better. And I just feel really anxious and sad and tired, and I need to not be tired anymore. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But I know that giving into it is not going to make it better, so I'm trying to be alright. I managed to clean the bathroom this morning, which is good. I've been meaning to do that for a while, and I've just kept putting it off because I don't feel like doing it, but that's not helpful. So I got that done, and now I'm gonna edit together some video bits. I don't know if they're going to be any good, I don't know if it'll work, but I recorded myself making that purse, so I'm going to edit that together and see if I can make like a time-lapse. I think time-lapse is photos rather than sped up video, but still, I'm going to see if I can make a video of that, and yeah, just try and not worry so much. It's so silly. I just really care about him, and I'm really worried about him. And I know that as far as how ill a rat can be, he's alright. Like, he hasn't had any porphyrin around his nose in like a week and a half at least. And the vet said that the porphyrin is a sign of stress. And that's why it can be a sign of illness, because if there's something wrong with them, then they're a little bit stressed and they will make the porphyrin. And he hasn't had any in a really long time. So the fact that he's ill isn't bothering him. It's not good for him to be ill, but he is all right in himself. Like, it's obviously not stressing him out because he's not creating the porphyrin anymore. So like, I'm just trying to concentrate on stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to do house jobs and I'm trying to do creative things, and I'm trying to concentrate on the fact that he is not stressed about the fact that he's ill. But I just don't want him to be ill anymore. And he's so small, that upsets me, because he got ill when he was so young, and I think he's just stopped growing, which I don't know if it's actually a problem. Like, he will just be a small rat, I guess. Like, I'm sure he'll grow a little bit more. He's 5 grams heavier than he was last week, which is nothing, I imagine, in a 12-week-old rat. Surely he should be getting much bigger than that, but at least he isn't losing weight. But he's so small, and every time I see him, he's small, and that upsets me. And stop thinking about things that are going to upset me. I'm okay. I'm gonna do this video, and I'm gonna do a little bit of drawing. And I'm just gonna try and not stress out so much. And this vlog is probably going to be the most boring, tiresome thing to anybody else that would want to look at it. I've just been talking about how sad and tired I am in different parts of the week. But that is what my week has been. I am so sad and so tired, and I just feel shaky, like my insides are just buzzing, and I really want it to stop. I'm getting through it. I'm okay. I'm managing. Stay positive. Think about the positives. I'm doing things. I'm coping. I'm gonna be okay with it. I'm gonna do some things now. Try to not concentrate on it. This nutritious lunch is sure to cure me. This is a crisp sandwich, salt and vinegar sticks, and this wafer chocolatey thing, and also a cup of tea, obviously, while I wait for these files to sort themselves out. I got the video finished that I was wanting to sort out, and I'm feeling a little bit calmer and more relaxed, and this beautiful Sharky boy is awake, so I'm gonna just hang out with him for a bit, I think. He'll probably go back to bed soon because it's still early, but even just getting to see him a little bit is a good treat. I wish my camera was better at dark, because it's not dark now, but it's quite dark in my living room because it's all grey and cloudy outside. But look at this beautiful boy. Why won't you come and see me, Sharky? Come here. Come and see me. Come and see me. Hello. Oh, you're gorgeous. I love your face so much. Hello. Hello.